And tonight he's playing a good game.
Fourth down here, and Ben's going to get back on the field as Jacksonville will have to kick it away. Hansen will try to keep him inside the 20-yard line one more time. And successfully done. What a job of reacting to the ball in the air by Scott Starks, the dime back, the fourth corner on this Jacksonville team, starting another drive inside the 10. Dwayne will hang with us. Be right back. 2:03 before the half.
Some of the best fights in history were part of the middleweight division, with names like Robinson, Basilio, and LaMotta. Ringside presents Rivalries, Friday on ESPN.
What do you want, chicken nuggets? Pizza? You want this? That's sick.
Beautifully with a perfectly thrown ball to Heath Miller, the tight end, who's inside the 30, the 20, inside the 10, and Heath Miller is in for the touchdown. They have plenty of time here to get down the field, and then Joey Porter picks it off. So you had Polamalu picking off one, Porter picks off the other, touchdown Pittsburgh.
Maria Sharapova is the 2006 U.S. Open women's singles champion. Roger Federer wins his third consecutive U.S. Open title.
Our studio group getting set for the Toyota halftime show. Coming up, Chris Berman, Steve Young, Michael Irvin, Tom Jackson, Stuart Scott. For the fastest 3 minutes, the injury update on Terrell Owens and Jacked Up, all coming up on the Toyota halftime show. Steve and the guys got a very good view of this Jacksonville crowd and the defense.
With the 3 timeouts that the Jacksonville Jaguars have, it's a great opportunity for them to keep the Steelers pinned in, get the ball back, and try and get at least some points on the board. At this point, 2 points might win the game.
One play before the 2-minute warning. And Roethlisberger will throw out of the end zone. Just gets away and gets it to Haynes. First down as Haynes was tripped up. It'll be marked at the 18-yard line. 2-minute warning comes at 1:57. Dwayne Wade still with us. We'll visit with him as we continue. Looking for points in the first half.
South Africa's top performers now playing on ESPN.
Back in Jacksonville, our aerial coverage tonight brought to you by Goodyear. A great scene, so much teal. The mayor declared it an all-teal day here in Jacksonville, but there's a bunch of black and gold sprinkled around the stadium and in every hotel lobby in Jacksonville. Trust us. From out of the goalpost shadow to the 17 with Roethlisberger. Screen it back for Willie Parker. Good job to bring him down by Nick Bryson, the former Giant. Steelers not taking a timeout here. Tony, one more question.
We've got Dwayne Wade with us. The comparison to Roethlisberger, he was drafted fairly late, though, in the first round behind 2 other quarterbacks. You were drafted behind Carmelo and behind LeBron. If they had to reset that today, would you be drafted ahead of either or both of them?
Well, I think I'd be drafted different if it was reset today, but hopefully I wouldn't want to go anywhere different. I love Miami, and I would want to go 5 all over again.
You wouldn't want to go 5.
I want to go 5.
The money's in 1 and 2.
We can raise the pay up a little bit. I want to go 5.
Jacksonville did not take a timeout after that first down play. Willie Parker is tackled back at the 11, and now Jack Del Rio will use one of his timeouts with 1 minute and 6 remaining here in the half.
We couldn't possibly let you go without asking about Shaquille and how big Shaquille is. Oh, this is your fashion show. How much money is that setting you back? Wow.
What's the deal with the hats?
I got to, turn it up a little bit. There's a little spice to it,
I'm not sure this is number 5 money. That looks like number 1 or number 2 money, doesn't it?
That's a little Converse money up there also.
Don't you think Tony would look good in some hats?
I think he will.
I need hats.
Pick out a hat for
I need hats. Anyway, Shaquille, the biggest guy I've ever seen. Could he play football, in your opinion?
Oh, easy. Like we just talked, I think he can play tight end. Lead the receiving up to me. I think he can play tight end and block and get a couple passes here and there.
Hey, one-word answer before I let you go. What happened with Greece and Team USA in the World Championships?
We lost.
That's 2 words. That's 2. But the experience was good for Team USA.
The experience was great. A lot of people going to look at it and say, well, we didn't win, and that's not a good thing. But, we're coming back in 2008 with the same guys and with some other guys, and it's going to be all right.
Yeah, are you going to guarantee that? Now that you lost in the World Championships, do you guarantee a win in the Olympics?
I'm not a guarantee type person. I never guaranteed anything, but we'll let our play, speak for ourselves.
He learned from Roy Williams of the Lions, who guaranteed the win against his Chicago Bears.
Yes, Bears, baby.
Hey, good seeing you. We'll see you NBA coverage, ESPN and ABC coming up
real
here.
soon.
Yeah, about 6 weeks.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Dwayne. Dwayne Wade, MVP of the NBA Finals.
Be good.
Can I get a ticket?
Oh, easy.
Okay.
Yeah, anytime.
Appreciate it.
NBA champion with the Miami Heat, and we'll see plenty of their defense on ESPN and ABC as November 1 starts our NBA coverage. 3rd and 16 here. 2 timeouts remaining for the Jaguars.
What's very important for the Jacksonville Jaguars is you've accomplished what you wanted on the first 2 downs. Don't commit a stupid defensive holding, pass interference, unnecessary hit type of a penalty that gives the Steelers an automatic first down, and you lose the advantage you've created. This is where you have to play smart defense as well as physical defense.
Okay, if you're Bill Cowher, what do you call right here?
I drop back and I allow Ben Roethlisberger to be able to buy some time and move around to try and find some holes in that defense.
They just handed off inside to Verron Haynes, brought down at the 14. And the Jaguars take that second timeout with 58 seconds remaining. Punt coming up. Jaguars hope to get it in good field position after this.
Imagine yourself holding onto a moving rocket as it propels at speeds over 300 miles per hour. With ESPN, you can experience the fastest quarter mile in all of sports. The best in each class. Top Fuel, Funny Car, Pro Stock, Motorcycles, pushing their machines as fast as the laws of physics will allow. NHRA Drag Racing on ESPN.
ESPNSoccerNet.com, your home for anything and everything from the world of soccer, is now available on your web-enabled phone. For up-to-the-minute news and live scores from all your favourite teams and leagues from around the world, just go to ESPNSoccerNet.com/WAP on your web-enabled phone. It's like having ESPN SoccerNet in your pocket. ESPN SoccerNet on any web-enabled phone. Bookmark the address and log on today.
4th down coming up. Steelers to kick it away to the Jaguars. 2 teams that said when we look in the mirror, we see a very similar opponent. And, man, are they getting it. A scoreless game. There has not been a first down via the run in this entire game.
There hasn't been a run over 5 yards, I don't think, in this game. The only long run the Jaguars have had was off a screen pass.
It fits what these guys were about in Cowher's briefer playing career, Del Rio's longer playing career that included 1 Pro Bowl, but really defines the teams that they have built. Our donkey punt. Alvin Pearman is back now as the punt return man. Takes it from the 38. And the former Virginia Cavalier returns it just to the 45-yard line.
A lot of times when two teams are hyped as very physical football teams, you wonder, will it live up to the hype? This game certainly has, whether it's a defensive back, a linebacker, a running back, returning kicks. It doesn't matter what aspect of the game is taking place. People are jawing and hitting one another constantly.
The only thing this game is missing is snow. This is the kind of game that should be played in the middle of the winter in snow.
Like breath coming out of their mouth.
Jaguars 1 timeout left. They start from their own 46. And movement here right off the snap kills this play.
False start, offense, number 63. 5-yard penalty, first down.
In case you're wondering how rare a scoreless first half is, it happens about once a year. There were none in 2003, one in the entire NFL regular season in 2004, and last year there was one. Jacksonville against Indianapolis 1 year ago today.
48 seconds still.
How about that?
You want to see scoreless, go to soccer or hockey.
But this is good scoreless.
Yes.
This is intense scoreless.
And the others are not?
This is hurt you scoreless.
First and 15. Four-man rush. Pass is called in. And working for the sidelines is Reister, the tight end.
You were talking before about how they are similar teams. Casey Hampton, the nose tackle of Pittsburgh, says of Jacksonville, we're kind of like the same team. You run the ball, you keep the game close, you play defense. And then he thought for a second, he said, actually, we're exactly the same team. And that's what you're seeing here in the image of coaches who are both linebackers, right?
And you talk about both of their guys who line up right close to the ball, and Hampton, who's on the bench in this series, and John Henderson, who you saw, the Pro Bowl defensive tackle for the Jaguars. Final 40 seconds, Leftwich through the hands of Ernest Wilford, incomplete. As we have addressed a couple of times throughout the broadcast window here tonight, Jimmy Smith defined so much of what Jacksonville was offensively after Mark Brunell. A wonderful wide receiver, 5-time Pro Bowler, 11 years with the Jaguars. He retired on May 11th, and these young receivers are asked to fill that void, and the pressure time comes in these 2-minute drills.
He took those 70 catches that he got and went away with the 6 touchdowns. Ernest Wilford actually was averaging 19 yards a catch. That would have been right at his average if he held on.
3rd and 11, and the run with Pearman is going to be a yard and a half shy of the first down. Mike Taylor brings him down at the 45. You know, is this one of those situations where you run it down to a second or two, take the timeout, and throw the Hail Mary to the end zone?
I don't think you throw the Hail Mary. I don't agree with the strategy that they're using right now. I would have used the timeout, tried to pick up the first down. At least leave myself 2 plays for an opportunity to be able to pick up the first down, make a pass completion, and increase the percentage of the opportunity to kick the field goal by getting closer.
They've left themselves a snap with 4 seconds left. So tonight we have a battle of undefeated teams, and we do next Monday night as well, as you get this live look at the Superdome in New Orleans from right over I-10. It will be this quiet next week because everyone in town will be somewhere near a TV or inside that dome as the NFL returns to New Orleans for the Falcons and the Saints. In addition, U2 and Green Day, part of the pre-game entertainment. The NFL has done a great job of making the return of the NFL to New Orleans a big event. U2 and Green Day coming together for Music Rising. They're trying to bring the music back to the Gulf Coast, restore the musical heart and culture to the Gulf region.
Not only that, Michael Vick is bringing his band of guys in too.
Yes.
The Atlanta Falcons coming in.
Okay, final snap in all likelihood of the half on 4th down will be Leftwich unloading the deep ball. Tall receivers, can they grab it? Jones kept it alive, and it was batted out of bounds and incomplete, and brings the first half to an end.
Matt Jones actually had a shot at this ball. He's the one that's up above everyone else.
He's 6'6", and he's a basketball player, and he's used to dunking, and he did have a shot at this.
He's number 18. It's just to the left. You saw him come in.
You're right. He did play basketball in high school.
Yes.
He broke some of Corliss Williamson's Arkansas State records. Chris Berman, first scoreless half for the Pittsburgh Steelers in the first half in a game in 25 years. Toyota Halftime Show.
All right, Michael, thank you very much, and welcome to the Toyota Halftime Show, a veritable pitcher's duel. No score, Pittsburgh, Jacksonville. Chris Berman, Steve Young, Michael Irvin, Tom Jackson. We look back at yesterday, where it's time for our fastest 3 minutes. The New York Giants have been around for a long time, but they did something yesterday they hadn't done since 1970. That would be before Eli Manning was born. They were in Philadelphia, where the Eagles seemingly had their way for the first 3 quarters. Donovan McNabb had a 300-yard game, and he hit Reggie Brown. The Eagles would lead 24-7 after 3 quarters. This is what Manning saw, sacked 8 times. But the accidental holy roller, Plexico Burress, Tim Carter in the end zone, touchdown. Then another touchdown, then Manning avoiding sack 9, hitting Carter, setting up a game-tying field goal. We go to overtime, where Plexico Burress holds in the last of the 371 yards passing by Eli Manning. What a win. Meanwhile, Dallas got off the schneid. Drew Bledsoe, Terry Glenn, Cowboys beat Washington 27-10. The Baltimore Ravens finally gave up a point 87 minutes, 1 second into the season. The Chicago Bears finally gave up a point 94 minutes, 40 seconds into the season. San Diego finally gave up a point 116 minutes, 51 seconds into the season. That's defense. Impossible catches. It was impossible for Miami to score, other than this play by Chris Chambers against the Buffalo Bills, but Buffalo had their defense rolling. Bernard Berrien took this beautiful throw from Rex Grossman. Bears have offense too. But the defying physics play, Jericho Cotchery, Jets against Patriots, allowed New York to get back in it in a game that the Patriots would win. How did he not go down? Everybody in the park was amazed. Julius Pepper was amazing, a one-man wrecking crew, but the Vikings are 2-0 because on special teams, Chris gambled and lost for Carolina. And so their precarious 1-touchdown lead. Brad Childress says, we can do better. Kicker Ryan Longwell, Richard Owens, touchdown. They go to overtime, and then when Longwell hit the field goal, he joins only George Blanda to throw the tying score and to kick the winning score. Warwick done, and the Falcons ran for 306 yards. They're 2-0. They've run for 558 in 2 weeks. But maybe the biggest surprising 2-0 team, you'll see them against Atlanta next week on Monday night. Drew Brees to Marcus Colston from Hofstra. A coming out party for Brees, and watch Reggie Bush. Whap! And then how does he do? Whap! He's going back the other way, and I know it didn't show big in the box score, but returns and feet and moves like this. The Saints and Falcons, two of the surprising 2-0 teams. They'll meet on Monday Night Football next week in New Orleans, and we sure are going to be excited about that. Tom, your turn. Look back at yesterday. What do you think?
Well, I didn't see anything more impressive than the Atlanta Falcons and the way they ran the football. You're talking about Mike Vick. You're talking about Dunn. You know, if they continue to do that offensively and have that solid defense, John Abraham, come back healthy, this team will be a team that could go a long, long way.
It was Eli Manning in the New York Giants, and I watched this young guy become a grown man yesterday. Eli took 8 sacks, but he stood in there in the 4th quarter and led his team to a victory. That's elite status quarterback.
You know what I love to see in these elite defenses in Chicago and Baltimore? I've been pained over the last few years watching them suffer with no help from the other side of the ball. Suddenly they're scoring points, and they're scoring them in bunches. What does that mean for this team?
Yes.
They can go all the way with these two defenses and some points. It's really fun to watch early on.
Well, we have the fireworks behind us, but the fireworks, Steve and Mike and Tom, have been provided certainly by the defenses tonight. It's late in the baseball season. What do you want, a pitcher's duel? That's what we got. Clark Higgins makes the pick. Pittsburgh, Jacksonville are scoreless. Back with more at half in a moment.
This halftime show is presented by Toyota. Choose any direction as long as it's forward. Toyota, moving forward.
Fastball, left center field. That one, way back there. It's far in. Can you believe it?
Great moments happen in baseball every week on ESPN.
And your rowdy friends better play defense, because it's all about defense here tonight.
I saw a lot of big stars in that band. I didn't see Pink. I just wonder where she is.
In there?
Yeah, I didn't see her in that one.
Look closer next time.
Okay.
Third quarter from Jacksonville, Florida, with Joe Theismann, Tony Kornheiser, Mike Tirico up here in the booth. We'll hear from Susie Culver, Michelle Tafoya on the sidelines in a little bit. Scoreless first half. The first time the Steelers have been involved in a game where the first half was scoreless for both sides in a quarter-century game against the Houston Oilers in 1980. Jeff Reed's kickoff is bobbled by the rookie Maurice Drew. He picks it up and takes it to the 21-yard line. I mean, you want to talk about a half of defense. There was no play longer than 20 yards, no run longer than 10 yards. And after all the lack of offense, which is all predicated on really good defense, let's remember, this is a very important game early in the season for these teams.
I had a guy in the hallway say to me, this is the best 0-0 game he's ever seen. And I said, I think it's the only one anybody's ever seen. It's beginning to look like a National League Baseball game where they're going to start bunting the run over to get one run, and that's it. One score, you're done.
Who flinches? That's the question. Who makes the mistake? Jacksonville got away with the one interception early in this game. Pittsburgh has yet to make one.
Fred Taylor starts the half, bouncing it outside. And Taylor gets the Jaguars' longest play of the night, 26 yards.
And he got away from Troy Polamalu. And I find it different that in the Pittsburgh Steelers scope, in a half of football, we have not called Troy Polamalu's name. There's the move inside. Now Polamalu gets faked out. Don't hear that very often either. Running back into the play, coming up, squaring up. Big shake and break. They talked about Fred Taylor's hop step. Had a few of them there.
George Reister, the big tight end, is at the bottom of your screen. Steelers crowd the line as Leftwich throws for that back shoulder for Reggie Williams, incomplete. Covered by Deshae Townsend. Fans want the flag. It's not coming. Well, let's look at the defense-dominated first half numbers. You see that total, 51 plays, and only a dozen of them coming on the other guy's side of midfield. They combined for 41 yards, and until that Taylor run, there was not a rushing first down on either side in the entire first half.
Longest run from scrimmage by the Pittsburgh Steelers, 4 yards. That's the leader, 4 yards.
Well, up until that play with Fred Taylor, I don't think Jacksonville had much more.
Second down, over the top toss to the spinning Taylor. Across midfield, brought down by Casey Hampton. Susie Culver.
Well, first off, Jack Del Rio absolutely thought there was contact on the Hail Mary to end the half. So after an animated discussion with the refs, I got to present to him that his team could not make a first down by run. So he said, number one, we need to move the ball, and that begins with converting third downs. Very disappointed. They were 2 of 7 in the first half, and 0 for 1, third and short. He said that's where we should be very strong. Overall, though, he felt this is what he expected. 2 really good teams, button heads.
Third and 4. Leftwich's pass is deflected as Deshae Townsend came in free and was able to knock it down.
It's not like we didn't see this coming, because on both teams, when we talked to them, Del Rio said about playing Pittsburgh, you better bring 2 chin straps. Marcus Stroud said it's like a heavyweight championship fight, and I like it. And nobody said this is a 35-0 blowout. Nobody said anything like that.
You see Jack Del Rio. I was interested in Susie's report about Jack having that animated conversation with the officials about the pass interference. You see that a lot. Coaches wanting that call. Officials are so hesitant to call that because of all the hand fighting that goes on when you're trying to get position for the ball. Another Chris Hansen punt, and this one looks like it will not be kept inside the field of play. Ball broke the plane. Scott Stark's foot may have been there as well. The touchback. Let's watch Starks as he goes back. It's his foot right there on the goal line. Therefore, a touchback.
You want game? This fall, ESPN Game Plan has up to 150 extra college football games. team matchups and rivalries from major conferences. All available when you order your exclusive ESPN Game Plan pay-per-view package. It's maximum college football.
Get full access to live college football games online with ESPN's Game Plan. To order Game Plan, go to espn.com and search Game Plan.
Italian football on ESPN.
Some of the best fights in history were part of the middleweight division with names like Robinson, Basilio, and LaMotta. Ringside presents Rivalries, Friday on ESPN.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is...
The defending Super Bowl champion, Pittsburgh Steelers, 5-time Super Bowl champions, getting the return of Ben Roethlisberger tonight after he missed the opener with the appendectomy that he had 15 days ago. If you weren't with us earlier, was running a fever of 104 earlier today, losing the snap here on first down. And the Steelers able to retain it. Michelle Tafoya.
Spoke with Bill Cowher at halftime. He told me this is a test of wills. We have to just keep playing. We can't overreact. We can't be distracted by anything else, like trash talking. We have to just keep playing. We've been in close games before. By the way, he said Ben Roethlisberger is fine. There was no need for an IV at halftime. Cowher just wants to see his running offense get going so Ben can start throwing more, guys.
Only 15 net yards rushing in the first half. Keith Miller in motion. Sack, John Henderson.
Boy, if you have a choice of picking up a defensive back or John Henderson, my advice would be to take the bigger of the two. Nobody blocks him. Big John goes right around the running back and lands on Big Ben.
I think that a running back might say that discretion is the better part of valor and not pick up Henderson. Why do you want 98 strapped across your chest like that?
Ben almost gets out of that. Almost slides under him.
Roethlisberger hangs in, completes it to Hines Ward, but it'll be a couple of yards shy of the first down. Donovan Darius with the stop, and the Steelers will punt again.
Mike, when you look at this football game, the last drive at the end of the half, as much as the Jacksonville Jaguars have pinned the Pittsburgh Steelers back, if they don't take advantage of it now, field position could change, and they may wind up losing this football game. They've had opportunities to get some kind of points on the board or get close enough, and they haven't capitalized on it.
Gardocki kicks to Alvin Pierman again. The kick, 50 yards. And Pierman's cut down in the open field by Clint Krewald, the backup linebacker. Byron Leftwich and the Jaguars will take over at their own 27. Leftwich in that long, strong release on the field.
Tradition lives here. Pride lives here. College football lives here. All season long on ESPN.
ESPN's Monday Night Football is brought to you by EA Sports Madden NFL 2007. In stores now. IBM, what makes you special? Dr. Pepper, with 23 flavors in every Dr. Pepper. There's more to it. And Goodyear's Triple Tread technology. Travel confidently in any weather, anytime.
And a nice look at Alltel Stadium. Our aerial coverage brought to you by Goodyear. Another warm, muggy day here in Jacksonville. Temperature in the upper 80s. And the ever-present humidity. No score about 2/3 of the way through the game. What a good, hard-nosed defensive struggle here tonight. Jaguars start at the 27. Leftwich's pass complete to Reggie Williams. Gain of 10. Here's Susie Colbert.
We've mentioned Jimmy Smith's name as many times as if he was playing. Of course, retired in May. You're probably in the best position to assess this young offense. What do you think about Byron's play tonight?
It's all going to come down to Byron. You know, this offense isn't going to go anywhere without the good play of Byron Leftwich. If Byron plays well, just like he did last week against the Cowboys, you know, they don't have any problem considering the defense that this team has. Byron has to be accurate. He's got to put the ball on the receiver, and they're going to make the plays.
Jimmy, what would you counsel these young receivers in this game against this tough Steelers defense?
Well, one thing, the Steelers have been there before. They've been in playoff situations. They know how to win. This team, you have to play 60 minutes. These young receivers, they got to come out. They got to focus, block everything out, and make plays. Make plays for 60 minutes.
Jimmy, great to see you. Best of luck in your retirement.
Thank you very much.
862 receptions, Susie. Most of the Jacksonville receiving records. A guy who ran great routes, and now Matt Jones and Reggie Williams and Ernest Wilford, the third receiver. Still have Smith in town as a reservoir to learn what they're doing, but it's up to them to do it when it matters. Good second effort by Fred Taylor. Came back out the other side, picks up a first down.
Just the fact that we have not mentioned Troy Polamalu's name a whole lot in this football game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Even though he has a sore shoulder, didn't practice much, he's in this game. He's still in the center field coming up, being forced to make plays. You see the right arm hanging a little bit. But when he's not involved, the defense doesn't come up with that big game-changing play.
Joe, good pickup there. It looks like he's almost playing one-armed as he's running through there. Second rushing first down of the game takes the Jags to midfield. Taylor getting a lead, and a nice block on the edge by Wilford as well to get a first down. Chris Naoli, who was a question mark coming in with a knee injury, the 10th overall pick of the 97 draft, helped create that first down.
You have to wonder about the fatigue of this game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Those offensive linemen are pounding away. The Steelers are built with speed. Their ends aren't that big. Their nose tackle is. Fred Taylor in the second half has managed to get on the edge of this defense, and both those tackles, Barnes and Williams, have been able to create opportunities for him.
It's an offensive explosion right now. Somebody gained 10 yards.
Well, this is the deepest penetration for either team here tonight. Maurice Drew goes backwards. The rookie comes in to give Taylor a rest, and Larry Foote, the top tackler on this team, makes the stop.
It's like Dick LeBeau says, I've seen enough. There have been 2 runs. I'm going to start bringing linebackers and safeties. This is a drive that the Jacksonville Jaguars have to get some points out of. This is a momentum changer for this football team if they can get some points out.
Yeah, but it's not like Pittsburgh scored many points. They haven't scored any points either.
Drew takes the inside handoff, and the UCLA rookie gets through a couple of tackles and takes it to the 32-yard line. And we'll have third down coming up. You see the name on his back, Maurice Jones-Drew. Very close to his grandfather. His grandfather was his North Star in his life, his guiding light. His grandfather had a heart attack as he was at one of Maurice's games at UCLA. Unfortunately passed away. I remember watching on our College Game Day show. Very emotional story as Maurice changed the name on his jersey to what it is on his birth certificate. Maurice Jones-Drew. So his jersey was different. He's carried that on here to the NFL to honor his grandfather, who was so special in his football life. 3rd and 5. Steeler pressure picked up for the moment. Leftwich tosses. Jones brings it down in the red zone. First down.
This is the margin of error that I talked about, and the way you can throw a football